Y'all see this? Y'all look at me. This is the face of somebody who is excited. Is anybody else excited? Is anybody else excited? I could not be one of them, you know, dramatic gospel singers because my voice just don't range like that, but that's okay. What is up, people? What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new series, Faith and Food. Hallelujah. Guys, I've been so excited to start this series. I've been planning it for months, just so you guys know what to expect. Basically, I'm gonna be cooking meals because I love to cook, I love to eat. My friends know that more than I'd like them to, but I like to chop, you know what I mean? And the reason why this is called Faith and Food is because I'm also gonna be talking to you guys about things to do with faith. It's not gonna be like I'm teaching or preaching or sermoning or whatever you wanna call it. I'm just having a conversation with y'all and I'm gonna keep it real because, to be honest, who has energy to pretend? We're just gonna have some casual conversations. Maybe I'm gonna be talking about, you know, things I'm learning in my journey, things I'm currently going through, whether that's good, whether it's bad. I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys. So yeah, super duper excited. And I hope you guys are excited too. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it as Faith and Food forever in terms of the title. So if you guys have any ideas, because I'm still not 100% sure, comment on them below. It could be anything, something that maybe has a little bit of a catch to it, like a little bit of a swing, a little bit of a shimmy, if you know what I mean, like eating with El Shaddai, gisting with Jehovah. Ugh, those are so cringe, like. But you get what I mean. Like, I just want something that's like, ooh, I like what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Today, what we're gonna be making is pretty simple. We're gonna start with making a salad bowl. Look, this is not gonna be your greasy, oily series. There might be some meals that are like that, but we're gonna start with something healthy because the beginning of a thing is important. You know what I'm saying? Is important. I hope you guys are excited. And if you like it, make sure that you share with a friend. Tell them to hop on because this series is one that you are going to love, okay? Because I'm gonna love it, so that means you're gonna love it, hopefully. Let's get into the ingredients for today, and yeah. We are starting with this amazing concoction. So I'm gonna take y'all through the ingredients. First of all, we have, okay, these are not ingredients, these are some bowls I actually bought today with this series in mind because I love you guys and I wanna give you the top quality content. And also, I just love these bowls. Like, these are such pretty bowls. Like, oh my gosh, like look at, I just love aesthetic looking things. So yeah, that's what we finna be using. But anyways, we got some mushrooms. I don't know why I'm using, see, when I get excited, I notice that I put on a bit of an American accent. So let me go back to normal, right? We're gonna be using some mushrooms, peppers, onions, bird eye chilies. I just picked these up randomly. I don't even know if they're chili, but whatever. Some chicken thigh. Now, thigh is important. I'm not a chicken breast babe because look, yeah, that breast be dry and I like my stuff juicy. That's why we're going for the thigh, you know what I'm saying? We also got some balsamic dressing. This will be the dressing for this salad. We have some avocado, some pinto beans, asparagus, baby potatoes, basmati rice, some salad, spinach, some extra virgin olive oil. And lastly, for the side, we have some garlic bread with a cheese on it. So those are gonna go into the oven. But yeah, that's our concoction for today. As you can see, it looks beautiful, it looks yummy, it looks amazing. But y'all, what we're gonna be talking about today is, let me think, because I haven't thought about this too much. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. So we're gonna talk about what I'm currently learning in my relationship with God, and that is about trusting God, okay? Like, I'm currently kind of, you know, me and my faith are kind of jarring, right? Like we're kind of, you know, sparring at each other a bit because I'm like, God, I want you to do this, and God is like, it's not the time yet. And I'm like, but God, I'm ready and I think this is the time. And God is like, darling, no. So I'm going back and forth, and God is really trying to say to me, do you trust me? Do you trust that I know more than you? Do you trust that I have your perfect will and your perfect intentions and your best interests at heart? And I'm here like, damn, that's some good ass questions. So yeah, that's what I'm currently learning. So that's what we're gonna talk about today as we are cooking this meal. So what we're gonna start with, I like prepping my stuff, right? I like prepping stuff. So we're gonna start with the prep. Let us go. Firstly, I'm gonna start by washing the potatoes, and then I'm just gonna slice them in half and start boiling them. So one thing that I've been learning is that God cares more about your character development than he does about giving you what you want exactly when you want it. And to be honest with you guys, yeah, that's been a pretty hard lesson for me, especially because sometimes I'm like, but God, I'm ready, but God, you know, I've prepared for this, but God, I've expected this for so long. I had faith that you would do this and then you don't. And then it's like God is kind of teaching me that just because I don't get what I want doesn't mean that he loves me less. It doesn't mean that the plan for my life is in, you know, in a state or something. It just means that God wants to teach me certain things. And sometimes the lessons that God wants to teach us are more important than us getting the thing that will make us feel happy or the thing that will bring us some comfort. And God's really been teaching me that, and it's really, to be very honest with you, it's been a very challenging lesson because I feel like I'm somebody who, I know what I want, and I'm somebody who, like, I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of faith. So when I have had faith in God for a thing and then it doesn't happen, I start being very confused because I'm like, God, yo, I'm literally like, yo, what happened? Like, because I thought we was on to something together, and maybe that's not the case. Do you know what I mean? I've kind of had to learn in this time that, yo, it's okay for me to not get what I want because maybe God wants to teach me something that's more important right now. And maybe this is the only time that he can get my attention. Do you know what I mean? Guys. I forgot to tell you, we need broccoli for this dish. Like, we need it, and I completely forgot. So I'm about to chop some broccoli, so make sure that you also have some ready. Guys, something I've actually learned, yeah, is if you put your onion in the fridge, if you're a crier like me, guys, I cry like crazy, as in like crazy when it comes to onions, yeah. If you put your onion in the fridge, it doesn't make you cry anymore. I don't know how it works, but that's something, because I've tried everything, guys. I've tried using goggles, tried closing my eyes, I've tried not breathing, tried everything. Not breathing works sometimes, actually, let me not lie. I've tried everything though. Putting your onions in the fridge is the goat, is the goat. But yeah, something that I'm learning is just that, look, there are certain lessons that I will not learn unless I learn them in a particular time and season. And the reason why God has it like that is because not everything is about me. And that's okay. Sometimes I think we lose sight of that. Like, we lose sight of the bigger picture that God is not just our God, but he's the God of a lot of different people. He works things out with everybody in mind. And you may hear that and be like, oh, so he cares more about those people than he cares about me being happy. But that's actually not the case. Because he's God and because he's perfect, he is actually able to care about everybody and also do what is best for everybody at the same time. Because he's God, right? Like, for example, you can even think of us, like the people who have impacted us the most, even when it comes to like maybe pastors and preachers, they had to go through seasons. They might have said, that's not fair, God, why do I have to go through this? But God had you in mind when they went through those seasons. And now, for example, they can preach a sermon where they're like, yo, you know those sermons that you watch or those podcasts you listen to or YouTube videos that you watch, and it's like, this is so weird because this is speaking on the exact situation I'm in right now. And maybe what you hear in that sermon just encourages you so much that you're just like, wow, I needed this right now. And what's crazy is God had you in mind. God had you in mind when he made somebody, or when he allowed somebody to go through a particular difficulty, because he knew that you would need it. The thing is, God will let you go through something that he knows that you can get through, because he knows that it will make both you and the next person stronger. So both you stronger and the person who needs it. It's like in biology, they call this symbiosis. When two people benefit from something, like two different organisms benefit from something mutually. And I think that that's how God is with us sometimes. So we may be seeing it as, oh God, this isn't fair. Why do I have to go through something just because somebody else is going through it? But the truth is, God is just like, hold up, like you're gonna see. A lot of us are always like, yo, I want to help a lot of people in this life. I want to make impact. I want to do X, Y, Z. But if we let our minds guide everything that we do, we will always make mistakes. We'll always mess up. We won't make as much impact as we could if we let God do the thinking. Like, think about it. Somebody who's been alive since God knows how long. Literally, God knows how long, because nobody else knows how long he's been. He's been alive forever. He wasn't born. He's literally been alive forever. So why wouldn't you trust somebody who's literally the Ancient of Days to make sure that you have the most impact? And obviously that's going to involve seasons and times when we go through things that are not comfortable and that are really awkward and stuff for us. But that doesn't, like, he has incorporated all of that to work together for your good, for our good, as Romans 8:28 says. And that's something that I was really learning in this season. You get, like, he really thinks of everything when he does what he does. So I need to learn to trust him, even if I'm tempted to be like, God, this makes no sense. It makes sense, just not to me. It's almost like a baby saying, yo, this algebraic equation doesn't make no sense. Of course it doesn't make sense to you. What do you know? I feel like God sometimes looking at us like, yo, he's looking at us like that baby, like we are that baby. Like, yo, why are you trying to understand something that you literally cannot, like, your brain is not mature enough to understand, but one day you will. That's something I always hold on to, that even if I don't understand things right now, one day I will. Gonna add some of this oil into this wok. I'm gonna add my spice to the chicken while it's already in there. You can marinate it, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference unless you're marinating it for long. Like, you know, some people marinate their chicken for, like, you know, 30 minutes or something. I don't know. To me, it still tastes the same. So yeah, before it starts cooking, I'm just gonna quickly coat the chicken in this. So yeah, I'm learning how to be patient with God. Oh my God, guys, this chicken smells divine. But yeah, I'm learning how to be more patient with God. I'm learning to be okay with the fact that not everything will happen in the time I want it to happen. And that doesn't mean that God hates me. That God isn't good anymore. It just means that he knows best, and I just have to trust and believe that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to accept things, and I would be lying to you if I told you that this is easy breezy and I'm not struggling at all and everything is okay. No, I'm freaking struggling. Like, I deadass be like to God, like, this is too much for me. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't anticipating this. But you know what? Something I know about God is he will not put you through a season that he knows you can't get out of. Every single season that he puts you through, he does because he knows that you have the strength within you to endure and come out of it. And not just that, but he knows that he has all the grace you need. So he can supply all that grace to you. We just need to acknowledge it and just realize that he is able to give us anything and everything that we ask for. Do you know what I mean? So something that God has really been encouraging me on is, do not be discouraged. Like, despite how hard this season may feel, despite how hard it may be for you to trust me, I am working behind the scenes. I am doing things that are far greater than your imagination could ever even extend to. And I cannot wait until I see the fulfillment of certain promises in my life that I'm waiting to see the fulfillment of. Basically, the like theme of my season right now is wait on the Lord, like wait on God, according to Isaiah chapter 40 verses 31. I think that's the verse. And even that song that Maverick City released recently, yeah, where they're like wait on the Lord, even that has been the song of my season, because it says wait on the Lord, he will renew your strength, so wait I say. And like, one thing I love about that song is it says don't be idle while you're waiting, worship while you're waiting, show faith in God while you're waiting, focus on other things, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when we're waiting on God for something, we don't want to do nothing else. That's what I was doing anyways. It was like I don't want to do nothing else. Meanwhile, he's saying no, be active while you're waiting, worship, praise, do whatever. I'm trying to focus on other things now instead of sitting and fixating on this thing. Because one thing I know is once you fixate on a problem or fixate on something waiting for it to happen, it will seem like it's taking forever. It's like literally sitting down and watching grass grow. Once you decide that, you know what, I'm not gonna stand here and wait as if nothing is ever gonna happen, I'm actually gonna do something, I'm actually gonna stand, I'm gonna act, that's when you see that things start happening way quicker than you could ever even imagine. Do you know what I mean? I think the chicken is done. Okay, now I'm gonna reduce the heat. These are the vegetables. I'm gonna start with the onions. The reason why I fry it in the same pan as the chicken is so that it picks up all the flavor that the chicken carried, because that's super important. When it gets soft like this, then add the peppers. It's okay if a few onions, like mushrooms or the other veg that are in here, fall in. Now the peppers actually take a bit of time to kind of cook. I would consider the peppers in general to be very stubborn vegetables in terms of like frying, because they don't want to lose their texture. Now I'm gonna add the mushrooms. I'm not gonna add the tomato yet. I'm gonna add that later on in the process, but for now I'm gonna add the mushrooms. Oh gosh, see, I got one tomato there. I'm gonna put it back in. I'm also gonna add some broccoli. Don't be too tempted to add more oil, by the way, even though it may look like it needs more oil, because trust me, the oil that you add at the start is actually pretty sufficient. I just love greens. Oh, in nature, in my room, in my food, I love I love greens. So now what we're gonna do, and this is one of the most important parts of the recipe, is cover this stir fry and let the steam and the oil cook it simultaneously. We're gonna leave that there for like maybe 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep checking. Like, you have to keep checking to make sure that, like, you know, you can stir it around and everything, but just cover it. I actually completely forgot about the rice. Don't be like me. I hope it did not burn. Okay, thank God it didn't. See? Now we are going to boil, or we're gonna stir the pinto beans. I've never actually used these before. I'm gonna cook it in a hob, so empty contents into a saucepan, heat gently for 4 to 5 minutes. Do not allow to boil. I've kind of gathered this is a burrito bowl, not really a salad bowl, but yeah, whatever. So, as you can see, things have changed a little bit. Yeah, a lot softer, but still gonna cover it for more. And another sign is the onions will look translucent. The peppers should have lost a lot of their texture. Like, if you press down into it, you'll notice there's a difference. But yeah, I still need to keep going because these broccoli have not really changed. So yeah. Stir. I think it's about done. You can see literally everything is soaked. This takes a while. Like, this took around maybe 20-25 clean it, so yeah, just be prepared. So now we're gonna quickly cook some of these chilies. I realistically should have added it to the vegetables, but I forgot, and the asparagus too. So now I'm gonna put these into the oven, and I'm also gonna put the asparagus with it. Let's put 3. I don't think I'm gonna need more. Give it 6 minutes. Guys, I'm that person. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat while I'm cooking. Now I'm gonna add the chicken to the same place as the fried chilies. Add the dressing before you add the rice. Don't be like me. Sorry guys, my camera died, so I had to switch battery. But yeah, I added the beans. Now these are the chicken that I literally just fried with the chili, so you can see a little bit of the chili as well. That's basically the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you decide to make this meal, make sure to let me know and show me how it turns out. You can tag me on Instagram, tell me in the comments, whatever, just feel free. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are excited about the faith and food series, let me know below. Love you guys all. Have an amazing week. Bye.